The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, September 6, 2023. Russia's new school year has commenced with a revised curriculum that promotes the Kremlin's narrative on Ukraine and incorporates military training. On the first day of term, President Vladimir Putin himself held an open lesson with 30 students, underscoring the curriculum's importance to the regime. The new curriculum, approved by Parliament last year, includes topics on Crimea's reunification with Russia and the special military operation in Ukraine. The national history exam has been updated to align with the Kremlin's version of events. For high school seniors, a new Basics of Life Safety module will provide basic military skills training. Students will learn to handle Kalashnikov rifles, use hand grenades, operate drones, and administer battlefield first aid. Veterans of the Ukraine war may also visit schools to share their experiences. Analysts say the new curriculum has three aims: to indoctrinate youth with the Kremlin's rationale for the war, instill a martial mindset, and shorten training timelines for potential mobilization. The drone training highlights their increasing importance on the modern battlefield, informed directly by Russia's experience in Ukraine. General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine update as of 6 p.m. September 6, 2023. On day 560 of Russia's full-scale invasion, Ukrainian forces continue to hold ground in fierce fighting in the Donbass region while making incremental gains in the south. In its evening update on September 6, the Ukrainian General Staff reported 10 Russian missile strikes, 54 airstrikes, and 31 multiple launch rocket systems attacks across Ukraine over the past 24 hours. Combat engagements occurred at 26 locations as the situation remains difficult in the east and south. On the northern front, Russia conducted airstrikes near Kharkiv and artillery strikes on over 25 settlements in the Chernihiv, Sumy, and Kharkiv regions. In the east, Ukrainian forces repelled Russian attacks near Novaya-Horivka in Luhansk. Russia struck Bilohorivka and Vasel while shelling over 10 towns including Bakhmut. Ukrainian troops also repelled assaults near Avdiivka and Marinka in Donetsk. To the south, Russia hit Mala-Tokmachka and Robotyne in Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia. Ukrainian forces are slowly advancing west of the Dnipro River, launching strikes and liberating territory. In the Kherson region, Russia struck Olhivka as Ukraine presses its counteroffensive. Ukrainian air forces conducted 12 strikes against Russian military assets and command posts. Ukrainian missile and artillery units also reported hits on a Russian ammo depot, 3 artillery systems, 2 command posts, 1 anti-aircraft system, and 2 troop concentrations. While heavy fighting continues, Ukraine maintains operational control across axes. Limited Russian gains have come at a high cost, while Ukraine makes slow but steady progress reclaiming occupied territory. The Institute for the Study of War Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment. The Ukrainian counteroffensive continues to make incremental progress in the Bakhmut direction and western Zaporizhzhia Oblast, according to a September 6 assessment by the Institute for the Study of War. Geolocated footage indicates Ukrainian forces have advanced along trench lines west of Verbov, approximately 20 kilometers southeast of Orikhiv. The Ukrainian General Staff also reported successes in the Robotyne Novoprokopivka area south of Orikhiv. South of Bakhmut, Ukrainian troops are conducting successful offensive operations, likely aiming to alleviate pressure on Bakhmut and sever critical Russian ground lines of communication. The limited but steady Ukrainian gains in recent weeks demonstrate the effectiveness of concentrated artillery strikes on Russian logistics and command infrastructure. Russian defensive positions appear increasingly compromised. However, Russia maintains superior artillery and air capabilities. Urban combat in southern Kherson and around critical nodes like Bakhmut remains grueling. While Ukraine has seized the strategic initiative, Russian forces remain far from a breaking point. The coming weeks may see an acceleration of Ukraine's incremental gains if sufficient Western aid is sustained. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Russia's defense industry is struggling to replace both precision weapons and basic supplies, further hampering military efforts. Russia conducted widespread missile and drone strikes across Ukraine overnight September 5 to 6. Speculation continues on the role of dismissed General Sergei Surovikin, former Aerospace Forces commander. The U.S. announced $175 million in new military aid for Ukraine during Secretary Blinken's visit to Kyiv. Russian forces conducted offensive operations along the Kupiansk-Svatov-Kreminna line and near Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and western Zaporizhzhia, gaining ground in some areas. Ukraine launched counteroffensives near Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and western Zaporizhzhia, also securing gains. Russia is pursuing covert mobilization, even as rumors persist of a new wave of open mobilization. Russian authorities in occupied Ukraine are cracking down on pro-Ukrainian materials in schools to increase social control. In summary, Russia continues offensive operations, but its military industry struggles with resupply. Ukraine is making incremental gains in its counteroffensive amidst ongoing Russian strikes and mobilization efforts. The U.S. continues security assistance.